So I applied to minimum of 100 jobs in a week for nothing. This video is for you. So I just think the applicant tracking system kicks me out automatically. I don't know why. This video is for you. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I see you, I appreciate you. My name is Damilola Makoji, and I'm a lifestyle creator based in Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada. Okay, so today we are going professional. We're talking professional stuff. We're doing work stuff. So some of you might know, but for my day-to-day job, I work in HR. I work as a talent acquisition specialist. So from resume screening to interviews to offers, end-to-end recruitment, basically. And if you don't know that, that means you've not watched my get to know me video. So this would be a good time to go and watch that video. Okay, so I'll be sharing some tips on writing resumes in a way that would shift the response you're getting from organizations from, oh, I'm not getting to hear back from these people to actually getting them to reach back out to you. Some of these tips might be common sense, but I'm speaking from a recruiter's point of view because these are some of the most common things I've seen when I'm going through resumes. So yeah, enjoy the video, and if you like these types of videos, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so first things first, I just want to call out that whenever you submit an application, it's not just the applicant tracking system that goes through your resume. I think 9 out of 10 times an actual human being looks at your resume, an actual human being sees your resume. Sometimes the applicant tracking system might screen out based on things like maybe misalignment with compensation expectations, or maybe if the company wants someone that doesn't require sponsorship to work in the company, the applicant's tracking system might filter you out based on it. If all of those things are checked, you most likely have someone looking at the resume. You have a recruiter looking at your resume. And based on statistics, it takes a recruiter about 6 to 7 seconds to skim a resume. So skim through a resume, and you need to grab their attention, right? In those 6 to 7 seconds that they've skimmed through it. So grab their attention and make sure they actually spend time looking at it. So 6 to 7 seconds to skim through it. And if they are seeing things that they like, they actually look at it. So this brings me to my first tip. So first things, what are they seeing when they open your resume? They're seeing your summary. A summary should wrap up all your relevant qualifications that speaks to the job in a very strong and concise manner. So you want that to be almost like your first impression. So let that be strong enough and would grasp the or should grasp the attention of the recruiter and make sure it aligns with the job you're hiring for. That's tip number one. Tip number two, format. Make sure your resume is very clean and easy to read. I know different countries claim to have like different formats that they use, but for me, as long as your format is clean, your styles and sizes are consistent. If you're bullet pointing, it's going through the entire resume. If you're numbering, maybe not numbering, not numbering actually, um, but just consistency in the font style, font size, spacing, so that when people see it first, it's not like it's scattering their mind. Because sometimes you can imagine seeing a resume that maybe has bold in this section, and on the same line, it has a different font style. That's just very scattered, and even speaks to your person. Like maybe this person doesn't have attention to detail, and imagine if that is a requirement for the job, like you've lost it on that. So just making sure your format is consistent and clean to read. So the next tip is the arrangement of your experiences. Make sure your experiences are arranged in a chronological manner. Don't start off, oh, you did this job 2010 to 2013, and the next position I'm seeing is 2015 to 2019. Like, let the most relevant experience be on top and take it down from there, right? So the most relevant down to the list. Don't scatter things in between. Let it read in a meaningful and easy way to whomever interacts. I'm looking at your resume. I know where you're currently working at or your most recent employer. I know who was before that and that and that and that. Like, make sure it's arranged in a chronological manner. My next tip is the length of your resume. I know it's hard when you've gathered all these years of experience and you want to brag about it. Um, like, I've seen some resumes that are like 10 pages, and I'm like, really? Like, who do you think will have time to look at all of that? Like, keep it sweet and simple. Let the most relevant experiences to the job be what you're selling, be what you're putting out there. If you've had 20 years of experience, 25 years of experience, great. But if maybe I want someone that has 5 years of experience in, I don't know, Office 365 or being a technical recruiter, for example, and you have your 25 years of experience, 15 of which are customer service roles, and you're going on and on and on about that in many pages, I'm not going to see your actual 5 years of technical recruiter experience because you've now distracted me with all these 15 years of irrelevance that you've thrown in. So keep your resume sweet, keep it simple. Again, it speaks to a lot more soft skills that you might not realize, i.e., your communication skills. For example, can you communicate in a concise and coherent manner if your resume is 10 pages? So yeah, that one is common sense, I hope. But yeah, keep it sweet, keep it simple, maximum 2 pages. If you want to put it all out there, max 2 pages, I would recommend. Okay. So my next tip is one that I don't know how people don't realize that this is outdated. I mean, okay, so it's putting your pictures in your resume. Some roles, I think it's not terrible. So maybe if you're a digital graphic designer, for example, and you're sharing your portfolio, and your portfolio has maybe your picture in it, that's okay. But if, for instance, you're applying to like a cybersecurity analyst role and you have your picture there, every human being has bias in them, right? And the whole point of keeping resumes anonymous is to eliminate some of these biases that human beings normally have. So putting your picture there doesn't help. If your picture lands with a recruiter that, for example, has had a problem with people that look like you, that can trigger that bias and put you at an unfair advantage. So skip the pictures. I don't think it's relevant, and I don't think it speaks to your skills or your experiences or your ability to do the job. So skip the pictures. Next tip, which I think is really important, is the language of your resume. And I don't mean language as in English or French or Spanish. I mean language as in the language of the job description, the language of the job posting. Make sure that your resume and the job posting are speaking the same language. So if, for example, the job posting has said, oh, they need someone that has executed this, that, and that, and your resume is saying you have led this, that, and that, you've most likely done the execution, but you've just not spoken the same language, right? And this is not to say you should lie or exaggerate in your resume, but even just finding synonyms that are the same as what the job posting has said um, would make a huge difference in whether or not your resume would be um, screened. And I know this one is a difficult one because it's almost like, oh, so do I have to keep rewriting my resume all the time? But it's just looking for keywords in the job posting and incorporating that to your resume. So things that you've already done that are most likely what the resume is asking, but it's just different words you have used when you can use the same words as the job posting. And so if the recruiter is looking at that, they're seeing all these keywords, all these buzzwords that were in the job posting. Or if the ATS is even picking up keywords, like they're picking up things that are matched to your own resume. So I guess what I'm trying to say is just modify your resume to suit every job posting that you see, job postings that you're looking to apply to. Yeah. And then my final tip, this one is common sense, but trust me, is like the most common error that I've seen or I see in resumes that just throws me off. And is basically like grammar errors or punctuation errors. I know human error comes to play, but again, your resume is first impression with your potential employer. So you want to make sure everything is accurate to the T. Check your punctuation marks, check your tenses, check your spelling, make sure everything is just on point. If you can run it through like a system that would help you check for errors, I think Grammarly does that. You can run it through that system just so you've not done all these things right. You have the right experience, you have the right skills, you have put your resume in chronological order, you've done all these great things, and then you spell something weird that might just be one word. And if you have, most times recruiters have strong attention to details and they'll pick on these things and you'll speak to a lot. It will speak to a lot. For someone that hasn't interacted with you, they can make conclusions about you just because of a grammatical error or a punctuation being in the wrong place and stuff like that. Yeah, those are some tips. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Maybe if you want me to do a part two, you can let me know. But yeah, I just wanted to share some tips from the point of view of someone that goes through hundreds of resumes on a daily basis. And yeah, I think if you implement all of these tips, it can make a huge difference in the number of callbacks you're having or getting, as opposed to the number of rejections you're receiving, even before you get to speak with an actual human being. So yeah, um, yes, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and please like, share, subscribe, put on the notification bell somewhere so that whenever I post videos, you get it right off and you don't miss any of my videos. And please, if you haven't, go and catch up on all my other videos. And yeah, I shall see you in the next video. Bye.